This is Dan Harrelson of the Sports Times Network alongside Nick Taylor, and today we have a pleasure of speaking with Alabama softball coach Patrick Murphy. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Well, the regionals have wrapped up, and you're headed to the Super Regionals at this point, and you're going to play the University of Hawaii. Talk a little bit about the matchup against Hawaii and, of course, their long road trip to Tuscaloosa.
Well, they started at the conference tournament at New Mexico State in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Played there for like 3 or 4 days. Headed to regionals at Stanford. Flew up to San Francisco, and then won that regional in 3 games. And then stayed Monday, and they get to Birmingham tonight, I think around 11 o'clock. So it's been a long, long road trip for them, and that's probably the only unfortunate thing about going to school in Hawaii is it's tough to fly anywhere, and they couldn't go home basically because it's so close to game time this week. But they're used to that. They did it. I think it was 2007 when they had to go all the way to Knoxville and play Tennessee, and they were basically gone from their dorm rooms and apartments for about a month.
Well, Coach, digging a little bit deeper into Hawaii, I did some research on them, found out that they're actually, I know that the Tide has a #1 overall seed in the tournament. A lot of people feel like that means that we have an easy draw, or I should say Alabama has an easy draw for the tournament. But, digging into Hawaii, as you look at their roster and their team, they have so much team speed. They have people in the circle that can get the job done. And the main thing that jumps out at me is the fact that they led the nation in home runs this year. Talk about, do you think it's possible that because of the lack school that maybe they might have been understated, if you will? In other words, maybe that the national committee or the state or whatever sort of disrespects Hawaii, doesn't really realize how good they are, because if you look at them, they're just as good as anybody else in the super regionals, it seems.
Well, yeah, when you get down to these last 16 teams, it's free for all, really. Anybody can beat anybody, and the numbers don't mean a thing. 116, it doesn't mean a thing. We know that they're very good, and they led the nation in home runs. That's the thing that stands out to me. They hit 149, and they had 5 on Sunday when they beat Texas Tech in the regional championship out at Stanford. So they're doing it at home, and they're doing it on the road. So that's the thing that really, really concerns us. They've got a bunch of really good hitters. Their leadoff, I think, has like 28 or 29, which is unreal for softball to have that many home runs as a leadoff hitter. She's a little lefty, and all we've seen on her is just every highlight is a home run. So for us, we're going to have to keep the ball in the park, and we definitely will not underestimate that.
Well, Coach, talk about building the softball program at the University of Alabama. You definitely have built it from the ground up, and of course we all know that an SEC team has never won the College World Series. Talk about that and what that would mean to you, and kind of reflect back to point A when you started building this program.
Well, just the other last weekend it was incredible when I looked out, and it was Friday night against Alcorn State. We had almost 2,500 people for a softball game, and we led the nation in attendance the last 3 years, and this weekend the regional attendance was #1 in the country. So to me, that's the most gratifying is, people can come and watch college softball and have a good time, and it's a great, great atmosphere. The facility is awesome. There's not a bad seat in the house. And, when we started, we played at a city park for 3 years, and we told all our recruits that, Alabama waited until everybody in the SEC that had started softball had built their facility, and then we built the best one. And entire game, but I've seen every game.
Well, Coach, you certainly have built a great program. Talk about this is sort of a two-part question. Talk about how the gymnastics program and the softball program kind of go hand in hand in kind of keeping not just each program, but women's sports in general at the University of Alabama is such a big deal. I know you're familiar with Sarah and the things that she's done with her program, and obviously what you've done with your program. And then also as a follow-up to that, you guys have a great program, and you have Tide TV now, and you have all this national radio and internet exposure for your games, as well as the ESPN contract for the postseason. But talk about what it would mean to you to get the softball program on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, and maybe put together some kind of advertising package to get your team on the national, Crimson Tide Network with the football and the basketball and the other great sports here at the university.
Well, it would be incredible to get that. And, Sarah Patterson, her office is right next door to mine, so I see her every single day. And she's kind of like the role model for me in terms of getting fan support. Her gymnasts are always high class, big time academic kids. They do the right thing on and off the field. That's kind of what we're aiming for with our kids and our program. Just the whole aura of that program is you just know it's a championship program, and that's kind of where we're trying to get at. But, on a national level, the best thing that happened to us this year was the SEC contract with ESPN. We've been on TV, I think, 14 times. We're going to be on twice more this weekend. And you would not believe the amount of people from Rhode Island to Oregon to Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, Montana. That it's just unreal. The people that see it and then look us up on the internet and email me. And, I try to do my best to email everybody back. But we've got fans in Montana, in Canada, and Rhode Island. And it's been amazing to see that exposure for college softball.
Well, I want to give a quick shout out to our friend Chris Hart, close to the University of Hawaii program. I'm sure he's going to be waiting for this weekend series. But it's been a pleasure speaking with you today, Coach, and good luck against Hawaii, and congratulations on all this success and the #1 overall seed, and hopefully you'll bring home a World Series championship to the city of Tuscaloosa.
Oh, that would be awesome, and I really appreciate the time today.
Coach, we'd love to have a minute with you off the record here real quick as we finish the interview, and we hope you can come back on, hopefully when the Tide's in Oklahoma City.
Thank you very much.